Hello and welcome to Silver Wheel Tarot. Today I am going to do another reading with a variation of the Celtic Cross, doing a deep dive into the Celtic Cross spreads. The variation I have today is quite a large one, which is why I am using such tiny cards here. I have the Everyday Witch Tarot here. It's one of the few decks I have that are extremely tiny so that it will fit in screen. It also has a lot of cards to it. So let's go ahead and start by showing you the spread. The version we're using is from this book, Fearless Tarot. Excellent book, by the way. And the spread is called the Extended Celtic Cross Spread. As you can see, the 10th section that would be up here has been moved to the side just to make it fit, as well as the card on the left is the past. The three in the center of the cross are the present, and then the one on the right, as well as traditionally the whole row on the right here, even though he's reorganized it, are all in the future. Okay, and there is also in this spread, there are 3 cards per stack. He does use a significator. And essentially what you have here is the card that would typically have been card 1 and 2 are now the whole 3 section here, 1, 2, and 3. It's one unit, one, what did he call it? One position, so each position here, okay? So for the bottom card in each position reveals the deeper lesson being learned in what their spirit is whispering to them. The card in the middle of every 3 card section is how the querent's emotions are affecting the situation or what is just beneath the surface. And the top card on all positions is what is crossing from external circumstances. So essentially every single position has an external circumstances, and every single position has how the emotions or just under the surface of the querent are playing a role in the position of the card. And so for that, what we'll see is in this section here, which would typically represent you, is representing a different time frame, so the next several months. This future position is in the next several weeks. This is the next several months, and this, instead of being external circumstances, is I wrote it down here, hold on. It's changed from external influences. It is what is happening in your closest relationship, okay? And then here, instead of hopes and fears, it's changed to how will I be feeling over the next few months. So this spread does go into the future, 3 months, and then of course the final one is the outcome at the end of the 3 months. So next few weeks, 3 months, also 3 months, different questions, final outcome. So I feel like even though he has changed a lot around in this spread, he's really kept the integrity of the spread, because the 2 positions here that changed really are incorporated into every single stack. And the one that is traditionally hopes and fears is how you'll be feeling. So it really is more of a broader perspective. It could be hopes, it could be fears, it could be both, it could be a lot of other emotions. It's what you're feeling. So it's a bigger picture. It leaves the room open to anything else that is important feeling-wise to come through, which I'm assuming should correlate with all these other stacks that have the querent's emotion, how it's affecting the situation, as well as, just what's under the surface in there. So it is a very big, very thorough spread. It looks fantastic. I have actually used it once, but it has been a while. So it's kind of like going through it almost for the first time, other than I did do it a couple of years ago for myself, and I really enjoyed it. So I will go through and read the questions off as we go through, but right now I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and then tell you just a little bit more about this spread. So I love that he did put a time frame on the spread, so we won't be changing any of that. He doesn't give any direction over what to flip over when, like flip over the 3 card sections and then flip over everything, you know, look at everything as a whole or whatnot. So I'll just go with my intuition on that. I'll probably flip over 1 card at a time, stopping at looking at each section. Okay. Special instructions. The only thing he did right in there that I saw was let's see, that if there is a court card, he has specifically indicated that if it is a court card in a crossing position, then it represents someone other than the querent. If it is in the first or second position, the upright cards, then it is an aspect of the querent. Oh, wait. Oh, we need a significator. I didn't grab a significator. Let's see, what do we want to use for the significator? So the question I'm going to ask is, what do you need to know about what is happening in your life right now? Very broad, very open question, because it's a very deep, thorough spread. I feel like using the High Priestess for some reason. So we're going to do that. That's what came to me. And I'll try and give you guys a close-up when I can, because I know these cards are really small. And also with so many cards, I'll try to leave my commentary on these ones to a minimum, get the message across, but you know, I don't want the video to be too terribly long, and we have a lot of cards to get through. So let's recut the deck here and see what we have. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay out the cards. So we are using the High Priestess as the significator, because this is about what's going on in your life overall. And I just felt like that was the right card to use. And I'm laying the cards down in the order that, actually I'm going to need more room than that, that he put them in the spread. We'll start going through it. I'm trying to think, did I have any other comments or thoughts on this spread? It's a lot, but it's intended to be a deep dive, a very thorough look. And at the bottom of the deck, just worth showing to you guys, we have the 3 of Swords. So I like to do this in the general readings to kind of get a theme of an idea, because it is a general reading and we are doing a very general question, you know, what do you need to know about what's going on in your life right now? So I feel like this has to do with this 3 of Swords energy, which could be heartache, heartbreak, and not quite sure yet what area of life that is going to be in. It might be different for everyone. Could be, but let me go ahead and put those to the side there. So maybe something disappointing in your life, and that has given you a lot of grief or heartache over time. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what we have first. Okay, questions. I'll tell you guys what the actual placements are. So this stack here is the present, okay? What is currently happening in your life. So let's go ahead, see what we have. And card number 1 is, so it'll take me a couple stacks to have it memorized here. The deeper lesson being learned, or what spirit is trying to impart. So we have the Emperor. So interesting. So because I had a sense when I was pulling the cards anyways that the High Priestess is because you are in control of your life. You create your world from the inside out. And so we have the Emperor here, which is very much about ruling his kingdom. He's got his plans laid out. He's got his wand in hand. Interesting depiction of the Emperor. Very divine masculine energy. So you may feel on top of your world right now, actually. But it's caused you a lot of heartache to get there. Though he does have his animals resting comfortably on his lap. Okay. So the middle card is the Querent's emotions. Strength. That's beautiful. Okay, and what's crossing? Chariot. Movement. Wow. All major arcana right in the present. This is very powerful. So while this may be the basis, right, the foundation, the about the question itself, right, heartache, could be about anything. And we have you here, the High Priestess, in control of your world from the inside out. And things are good. You're on top of the world. You have your pets here. If you have pets, I mean, it's just to paint a picture of the situation. You've gained a lot of strength. Emotionally, you're very strong at this time. But what's crossing you is a shift, a change, movement. So you are here, but perhaps you feel a bit stagnant. You've got strength, but there's some sort of movement going on here. So I don't really know what this movement is about. You're in a very strong position emotionally, but some sort of change is happening in your life. And while you may even be in a very powerful position with that change and you're emotionally strong, it's this change is crossing you somehow. And I'm not quite sure how that's happening. So let's go ahead and read deeper into the cards here. The energy, I'm just going to say right now, the energy in this reading is a very shifty feeling, okay? So I kept wanting to say that there was a different feeling or sense, but then I kept getting pushed back to no, the emotions are very strong. Oh, I got it. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. I think I gotta slow down a little bit with this spread. It's got so much information coming out with just even the one little stack here. It's a little overwhelming energetically. So I get the sense that you are an emotionally strong individual, yes. But emotions are running high. Emotions are strong right now in the sense of emotions are running high. And that is due to some sort of shift or change in direction that you are taking with your life right now. And you're very powerful, whoever you are, because I mean, we've got these very powerful cards here with the major arcana. This is very much your inner landscape right now. You are a boss, right? You are like handling things like a boss right now, even though emotions may be running high. This strength comes from the things you've been through in your day-to-day life, the heartaches, the pain, the struggles that you've endured, that you've gone through. And you got yourself to this, you're in a very powerful position with the Emperor card here. You are secure, yet it's time for some sort of change or shift, or something has happened. Okay, so that's what I'm getting right now. Very interesting to see where else we go from here. Okay, so the next cards here we have are what is currently on your mind. What are your thoughts currently? Where are your thoughts currently dwelling? So the bottom card is the deeper lesson. The Fool, new beginning again. Okay. And the second card is your emotions. Six of Swords. Beautiful card here. Okay. I think that because this is so deep, and what it is it's intended to look at the same exact situation. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, from 3 different perspectives, 3 different angles, 3 ways of looking at the same thing, right? The deeper lesson, the feelings, what's crossing you. The Devil. Oh, goodness. Yeah, this makes sense. So you've gone through some sort of cycle or process. You've really come full circle with something to be in this current energy of the Emperor. Okay. And then with this shift and change as crossing you, you've got this new beginning here, and this is on your mind, and you know that this is the deeper lesson here, is handling the shifts and change within this transition, this change, this movement that has to happen. Okay, so on a deeper level, it's a very happy card, right? You are excited to be flying off the ledge there on a new adventure. But on a more just emotional, under the surface, you're just in this very day-to-day feeling like you're escaping, like a thief in the night, just kind of running off, getting out of a situation. Maybe things as in your current life aren't all they're cracked up to be, and it was time for you to make a change. Or perhaps even like with these kind of energies here, is you just realize you've completed a cycle and you need this new journey, but you feel like you're leaving a lot behind, and it's bittersweet, and you've been through a lot of struggles. So it's very heavily on your mind dealing with these things. Okay, and so what's crossing your energy here is the Devil card. So yourself, really trying not to lean on or fall back into old ways that you actually grew through in this old cycle, but it's like everything's being thrown back in your face as this shift is occurring and changing, and so you're trying to adjust to that. So it's kind of like some shadow work coming up again mentally, letting go of old mindsets, that you really have to have this new perspective of letting go of the past, leaving it behind and moving on, which is where your emotions are. You are ready to get out of Dodge, to move on to what's next. But what's crossing you in that position is the old thought patterns. You have to be somebody new. To change, you have to leave, something old behind to move into something new. And these old thought patterns are coming up to kind of be a stumbling block to you with that. It's a challenge for you at this time mentally. Okay, this is your current foundation. How stable are you in your current foundation? Very stable. You are very stable. The reality of it is, the deeper lesson, as this card would represent, is that you have it all. Whether you feel like it or not, which we'll see how your feelings are here in a minute, you are in a very blessed position right now, foundationally speaking. You really truly do have what you need at this time. I pick these little cards up. Okay, emotions, 6 of Wands. This is beautiful. Some recognition here. People notice the work you've been doing, what you've accomplished, the changes you've made. You're in a very positive standing right now, emotionally. You know that you're supported. King of Wands. So what might be crossing you here in your foundation is wanting to move too quickly through the shifts and the changes to make a move. You may be trying to move so quickly that you feel like, I don't have what I need, but clearly we see you do have what you need, and that's the deeper lesson here, right? You really have all the resources you need, everything at your fingertips. You have the support, you have the resources, the finances. Emotionally, you're in a very positive space. But because of this, you may also have this passion, this will, this drive to move forward. So he did say that this could also, that the court cards, if they're in the crossing position, which this one is, that it represents another person. So there's a difference of opinion here, maybe in the direction you need to go. Yes, that makes sense. So you see, it's a cat in the little passenger seat there, but there are 2 there, and there are 2 different directions. And this movement that is crossing you, you have two people wanting to move in two very different directions. Very stable foundation. You have everything you need. Your emotions are good. Very positive about this change. You are emotionally strong, but this is also why the emotions would also be heightened. Strong emotions being thrown around. You're very positive. Somebody else might be very negative, or they could be positive also, but very passionate with this King of Wands here about saying, yes, let's make a change, but let's go this direction. And you're like, no, I want to go this direction. Okay. And that energy can really cross you up. And so mentally speaking, now it's all starting to tie together for me. Mentally speaking here, this conflict between you and someone else in the direction to go, like, yes, we're in a transition, yes, we're in a change, we've come full circle, let's do it over, let's go on a new journey together, let's start something new, let's completely shift and change our lives, we're ready, let's do it. But there are different opinions on how to go about it, which direction to go, and that conflict is bringing up some old wounds, some old issues that still need to be addressed, and it is based around your thought process. You are the High Priestess, okay? That's the significator card that I felt led to pull for you. So you have the ability and the strength and the skill and the wisdom, okay, to get through something like this. This is really not something that is going to block you, but it is a challenge for you to release and let go of the old thought forms. Looking at this current challenge of two people wanting to move forward together but wanting to go in different directions or having completely different opinions about it, how do you weave together that very oppositional different energy to make it harmonious and work together? Because it is very possible, and it takes skill, but you have that skill. So now you have to lean on what you've learned, on who you are, on your power, instead of on the old belief systems that you were taught on how things should be done and when and why. Okay, so it's that letting go, the crossing energy it's very clear to me now. It is this movement, but it is two opposite directions. Okay, when two people want two very different things, how do you mend that? Okay, how do you weave it together? How do you compromise in a way where everyone gets what they want and need? And both parties may have to sacrifice something. You want something this way, but you sacrifice that so that they can have the one thing. They sacrifice something so the other person. There is ways to work through that. That's called a relationship. So, you know, to have, excuse me, I feel like it's very important for both parties in this relationship to have an equal standing, an equal say in things. Okay, so let's take a look at the past. Seven of Wands, competition, fighting. Page of Wands, this is your feelings. So longing to go on this journey. Look, he looks like the Fool almost, right? Well, in the present, you're there, you made it. There was arguments, there was struggle, there was conflict. And there in the past was a longing to go on this new direction, which you are doing. And in the past, what crossed you from that was Two of Wands, finding a balance, trying to find a balance, which does not surprise me because clearly there's more than one person involved here. Okay, so far we only have this one card to represent the other person in a crossing position, but very much saying that while you may have resolved these conflicts of the past, you are probably still healing as a couple from them. You have this, you are finally on this new direction. So that longing that you were hoping for, you're in it, right? You're in this new journey presently. You're already making the shift and the change and the movement. And so you found that the balance that was needed to get here. However, there is still a conflict now of which direction to go. Okay, so let's see what we have in the next few weeks. Six of Cups, give and take. Isn't that beautiful? This is that energy I was talking about when you have two different directions. It's very possible for opposing energies to work in harmony together, okay? Or to come together as one and create something completely new, either situation. But it requires this give and take. And I see within the next few weeks, you're going to achieve that. It is the deeper lesson we have here. It is also what Spirit is trying to get across to you, that don't be so discouraged by this challenge here, the struggle of where do I put my time? Where do I put my efforts? He wants to go or she wants to go this direction. She wants or he wants to go in the other direction. Okay, so know that that's going to resolve. You're on the right path for that. And emotion-wise, within 3 weeks, you're at the Nine of Pentacles. Things are looking beautiful. So that is a very blessed position. You are going to find a way to find that balance within the give and take, that harmony with each other in order to figure out what direction you're going. It's probably not going to look exactly like what you both think, okay, because there's going to have to be some sort of sacrifices or compromises on both ends to have that positive give and take, okay? But with the Six of Cups, it's a very positive card. It is one where both parties are very pleased and happy with the outcome, okay? So it's not like someone has to sacrifice more than the other, or someone feels gypped, or that they're losing out on something. It is mutual agreement, mutual give and take, and respect between two parties, creating that harmony. Okay, very positive emotions there as well, all the way around. Now what's crossing that is the Queen of Pentacles. So this would again be the external energies. I'm just trying to feel these energies out right now to see if this is the same person or a different person. Because again, the crossing card, he did indicate in the spread, if it's a court card, is an external person, not the querent. But we have very positive energies here. I'm not quite sure. So still a lot on the same page, a lot more on the same page. And like I said, both parties are happy. But if you see between the Nine of Pentacles, which would be you, and the Queen of Pentacles, which would be another person, not exactly looking in the same direction. Almost there, but really not exactly. She's kind of looking off this direction and this person's looking straight forward. I get the sense that this person wants more, that there is a genuine feeling of gratitude and give and take, and both parties feel happy with what has been accomplished within the 3 weeks, and that you are feeling very satisfied and happy with this. You're like, yes, we did it, it's done. Sit back, have a glass of wine, read a book, enjoy the garden. Okay, but this person, I'm getting this feeling of like you're in reality here, this is where it's at. And this one, the energy I'm getting off this card is like, but they still want to be here, which is like a little bit more advanced, a little bit more down the line, having a little bit more than the Nine of Pentacles. It's the Queen of Pentacles. It's a little bit more elevated. So while they're happy, the other person is happy with what has been achieved, I feel like they're still hoping for a little bit more to come. Okay, so this one here is the future in the next few months. Okay, so see how this works out. Oh, Four of Cups. Somehow turned around and started to focus on what you don't have instead of what's coming. Four of Pentacles. Having enough, feeling secure, having a sense of foundation. This is your emotions here. So it's still a really good position. With the Four of Pentacles, emotionally speaking, it's a balanced energy, but it also has a little sense of greed. Like, okay, I'm going to see what the crossing energy is before I speak on this. Eight of Pentacles. There's more work to be done. Okay, so the deeper lesson here is it's about the journey, not the destination. In 3 months, you may have been expecting like, okay, I'm going through all this hard work, we're doing this, we're making all the positive changes and some really good, happy, positive feelings a few weeks from now. But a few months from now, you're still not quite where you want to be in the end of things, okay? And there's a little bit too much focus on not seeing that fourth cup that is coming in. Like, it's all still coming in. The reading goes up to 3 months, but there is still more coming in after that, okay? So the deeper lesson is to be happy with where you're at in the moment, enjoying the journey. But what you're feeling with regards to that is this sense of, I'm getting a sense of insecurity to kind of like hold your resources, because you're like worried, like, okay, are we going to get to where we need to go? Like, I need to have this security. And then because there's more work to be done, which is crossing you. And I apologize, but I need to let one of my cats out. She's going nuts on me. Come on. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so this is the relationship. So let's see, and this is in the future position here. Within the relationship, it doesn't, so this is 3 months out, this is 3 months out, this doesn't specify. It just says relationships. I'm kind of leaning on the 3 month thing here, and this is the outcome at the end of the 3 months. Ace of Swords, new perspective mentally on your relationship, your closest relationship, which clearly that person is involved here with everything we have in the reading. Okay, So fresh start mentally, a change of perspective, which is really good to see because as you can see here with your goals in 3 months from now, you're feeling a little discouraged, but you have a fresh perspective on your relationships. You have 6 of Pentacles. Again, this balance, a give and take. Where is... We have a lot of 6s here. We have the 6 of Swords. We have the 6 of Wands. We have the 6 of Cups. And we have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Crossing, Page of Pentacles. It's really positive. I feel like your relationship is doing really well at this time. You're looking forward. It is secure. It's moving in the right direction. You have a new frame of mind on the relationship. There again is this balance, this give and take with the 6s here. The relationship is secure. So you have found that balance. There is this really big sense of balance. You may be kind of feeling like you're stumbling through it or figuring out, am I going to be able to find this balance? But remember what I always say, balance is not static, right? It's always a constant little bit of shift and change and a little bit of give and take, okay? So you are figuring that out. You are making that work. It is happening for you there with the balance. The struggle I'm finding for you so far in the future is coming to really not wanting to achieve too much too fast, okay? So where did I see that? There was 2 other spaces I saw that here. It was with here and it was here. But this was your partner's energy, this energy of wanting more. You were very happy with the progress you made in taking a rest and a break. So after 3 weeks and then coming back in three months, you're then very much like, at that point, you've kind of come around to this energy of not quite being where you feel like you need to be and that there's more work to do. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge to not let that discourage you. But your relationship is in a really good standing here. So let's look at hope, at your feelings in 3 months. The deeper lesson is Knight of Wands. You are ready to face the challenges. There's these mountain here with the dragon on top. So, got it. Okay, so before I even go into these cards, with this deeper lesson of this passion and drive with the Wands energy, this Knight of Wands, to go after the challenges, the struggles, again, you are very emotionally strong. There may be emotions going up and down and all over the place, but you are stable, and your passions, you are willing to go head first into these challenges that you know are still ahead. You know there is still more work to do. So 3 months from now, whatever your end goal is, 3 months from now, you're going to realize you still have a lot of work to do, okay? And you've got to focus more on the journey. But where that is becoming tight for you, the headache here at looking at the 3 cups, when there is a 4th one coming, is based around the finances here. So emotionally, the cups may be wearing a little bit. There might be a little hint of stress or worry over, are you going to have the finances or the resources or the ability that you need to get to where you're going, because there's still so much work to do to get to where your end goal is, right? So it's going to be a challenge for you to overcome that. Well, that is the challenge here, right? That is the mountain. But you are passionate. Deep down, you will be able to face those challenges and get through it. And you know this, okay? So while this is a challenge, this is a temporary challenge, and you know it. I feel with the Knight of Wands, we're going to take a look at these other cards here for your feelings, but so far I'm getting the sense that there is a part of you that is driven. You have the will to make a way to make this happen, and you are going to make it happen. It might be giving you a little bit of headache or stress sometimes, but let's see and then that's the deeper lesson. And the current emotions, yes, Seven of Pentacles. It's the waiting for your, you've done so much work, and now you're tending to your plants, to this creation, this life you're creating, and you're needing to just wait and watch it grow to get to the final destination for the fruit to be ripe, right? So this feeling of just waiting, like, okay, and that's where, again, that Four of Cups is coming in, energy here. So you're waiting for it to come in, but you're facing those challenges. You are tending to what you need to tend to overcome the obstacles, because, this fruit isn't ripe yet, but you still have current needs. But I do see in the 3 months that you actually are secure. So there is some worry here with the Four of Cups, but fours are very stable, and you have 2 4s here, 4 4. You're very blessed and protected in this. You are going to be okay. 3 months from now, it's like you have this aha moment, and you're like, oh man, I'm not there yet. Do I have enough? How am I going to have enough to get through? But you're sitting on a chest of resources. You do still have what you need. You're just kind of having a little tiny bit. One aspect of yourself is having this little mini freak out, like, okay, when are these resources going to run out? I've still got this work to do to get us to where we want to go. Okay. But you have more, the work you have done is going to bring more in. It just hasn't come in yet. So you already have the resources you need. Again, the foundation you came from, you have everything you need. 3 months from now, you still have everything you need. Okay? Because even though you may have spent up some of your resources and time and money or whatever it is, emotions even, right? You have spent a lot over the next 3 months to get yourself to where you're going, but it hasn't been in vain. Look at how much fruit is ripening on those trees, right? You have the finances, the resources, the renewed emotional strength, whatever you need will be coming back in for you. It's not ripe yet. And until that is ripe, until that starts coming in, maybe 4, 5, 6 months down the line, however far that is, you actually have that chest full that you're sitting on. You still have something. You have enough. So you need to know that. The crossing you with your emotions, Wheel of Fortune. Such a powerful card. It's trusting this. What's crossing you is the needing to trust the mystery, the knowing that your harvest is going to come in, that all your hard work hasn't been in vain, that you are going to have, that you have what you need today, but will you have what you need tomorrow? Okay, the trusting in that, in yourself, that confidence in yourself to know that all the work you're doing is in the right direction and things are going to work out just fine. So let's find out at the end of 3 months, we have the outcome. Let's take a look at that. Deeper lesson, 10 of Wands. Getting to where you want to go, it's a heavy weight. Okay, there's a lot to carry. There's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of responsibility in that. And you kind of have to step up to the plate, be willing to climb up that mountain. But it's at the end of a cycle. At 3 months from now, this is the end of the cycle. This is the tens. Okay, you are getting ready to lay those wands down and finally achieve your goal here. You're right on the brink of it. Okay, your emotions. Page of Swords, you are working so hard mentally to stay tough, to will yourself through those last steps. This is like the finishing of a race, the last 100 yards or meters in a race, the right before the finish line, the final push, the mental willpower here to really push through with that Page of Swords. You are learning how to do that. And you'll get there. Again, you have everything you need. But in 3 months from now, you're not quite there. But you find the mental fortitude and the willpower to keep pushing, to face those mountains, to allow things the time they need, to trust in that mystery. You find that. So what's crossing you here in your emotions, the need to trust, okay? What's crossing in your relationships, though the relationship standing is very good here, is, you're still on the path. You're almost there, but you're not quite there, but things are very good. And you're still doing the work. So, and you find the mental fortitude to do that, okay? What is crossing that mental push and strength here? 3 of Pentacles. The working together. Things might, let's see here. Yeah, things might get a little tough at the 3-month mark, but it's that final push. You've got to keep pushing through it. You got to keep working together, okay? So that balance, the give and take, the 6s here that are all throughout it, throughout the reading, you've got to just keep pushing that last little bit, okay? You're at 3 months. Maybe 4 months from now, you're finally there, right? But you're not quite there. You're right at the end. And then you have this page energy. This is good emotions. This is mentally strong emotions. You've got, but working together, staying grounded and balanced in working together is a little teetering, okay? So that's going to be your challenge, is to continue to keep that level of balance while you've got your arms full and a cat on your back and you're trying to reach the top of that mountain, okay? So yeah, there may be a little bit of a weight on you at the end there, but you will make it happen. You will get there. I want to pull 3 more cards. I want to see the next, this is 3 months. I want to see the next 4 to 6 months, because I feel like it's going to be different for some of you. Like some of you, it'll be the 4th month. Everything will start falling into place for you. And you'll be secure and you're where you're at. Let's see. 4 months, the Empress, getting ready to birth what you're creating. 5 months, the Lovers, beautiful. This is where the balance finally turns into one. So the 2 energies trying to find a harmony and a balance in direction, and you're doing that and learning that this whole way. At 5 months, the energies, you're finally on the exact same page and together harmoniously, like 100% of the way, not trying to struggle or find that balance anymore. You have it. That's 4, 5, 6 months. We have the 8 of Cups here. Okay, that's beautiful. By the time 6 months comes around, you will be completely leaving your old life behind. This shift and move that is starting in the current, okay? This movement, this change, like I said, this new direction you're going, that's starting in the right here and now. By the 3 months from now, it's going to be feeling a little heavy. It's that last push, the last part of it to get through. 4 months, you're right there. You're about ready to give birth to it, right? It is all ready to come together. By the 5th month, this balance, this unity, you've achieved it within the relationship that is involved in this, right? So you have come to the culmination, and there is the oh, I love that. Love that. All the 6s here, right? The balance, the give, the take, the trying to have 2 opposites come into harmony and create a balance, and eventually the 2 to become like 1 united. The 6, the final outcome in the 5 months from now is you achieve that. And within 6 months from now, you will have birthed your new life together, because you are completely leaving, this is the old life behind, okay? And you have your companion here, right? That is with your relationship. You're not walking away from what you're creating. You're walking away from the old, this past, the struggles, the challenges, this new life. Okay, you have everything you need in your hands here, and you've made it happen. There's 0 doubt at this point. Okay, so 6 months from now, while you might still be growing and making your new life happen and settling into it together, the changes that you have made, that may still be, happening, but what is gone is you have completely stepped away from the things of the past. You are 6 months from now 100% in the new. You know it's solid. You know it's staying. You have given birth to it in releasing and letting go of the old. You are giving birth to your new life, okay? And it is a secure thing. Very beautiful. All right, well, that's what I have for you. Very interesting spread. It's a lot, even for someone, I mean, I've been reading tarot for quite some time now. It's a lot, and the energy in this version, while it really does keep the integrity of the Celtic cross, it's deep. I love it. Having a specifically knowing that the crossing cards are always going to be another person, and the upright 1 and 2 cards in every position are aspects of the querent. Okay, that's just new. That takes a little getting used to. I really did feel with this one that it was like, I wanted more cards, but that's just because it left on such a heavy point that it's like, oh, the last, right before the finish line, right? It's like, well, I want to see the finish line. Okay, so I still ended up pulling 3 more cards. All in all, it's a great spread. I think if there's a really challenging thing, I would use this spread, but I don't think I would use it all the time. It's a lot. And I feel like I have to really look at all 3 perspectives to get the whole picture. Whereas I would typically be able to have the 1 card and still be able to get the picture. though it does give a sense of clarity that you might not have received in pulling just one card. Yeah. So there's a time and a place for this spread. I really do like this version. It's just, it's a big spread. So let me know what you think. I would love to know, please, down in the comments if you would like to say. And with that, until next time, be blessed.